This is Total Disruption Boardroom Battleground, where bold entrepreneurs step up and they put their businesses to the test.
Over the next 12 weeks, we'll push our contestants beyond their limits in branding, marketing, leadership, strategy, scalability, and profitability.
Every decision they make, every single breakthrough, every single struggle, captured, analyzed, and then broadcast across all the platforms.
Every move counts. Every misstep, a crucial lesson. Every victory, a moment to shine.
That's where our expert team of elite coaches come in. Really push our competitors harder, demand more, break those bad habits, and put those strategies in place.
Behind the scenes, our world-class production team will showcase their business like never before. The kind of exposure most entrepreneurs chase for years, served up right here in real time.
In the end, a single superstar is going to rise above the rest.
The rest will walk away with battle-tested strategies, a stronger business, and lessons of a lifetime, scars and all.
Not to mention a whole arsenal of promotional videos and materials in their back pocket.
Get ready, because this is as real as it gets, folks. This is Total Disruption.
Boardroom Battleground.
Welcome to Total Disruption Boardroom Battleground. I'm Dr. Jake Clenday. I'm an entrepreneur, a strategist, and I'm a mindset coach. I'm here to push our contestants to think bigger, act faster, and execute under pressure.
I'm Michael Laversi, a performance expert, business motivator, and straight shooter. My job, make sure these contestants don't break under pressure, because in business, there is no room for excuses.
This isn't just a business boot camp. This is the opportunity for a high-stakes competition where business owners, they don't just learn, they perform, they adapt, and they prove they've got what it takes to succeed.
And the best part, every contestant on this show gets massive exposure.
Their journey, their business, their story. It's all being captured and broadcast to an audience of potential customers, investors, industry leaders. Who doesn't want that?
And it doesn't stop there. Contestants walk away with high-quality, professionally produced video content, promo reels, coaching clips, and behind-the-scenes footage they can use to market themselves and grow their brand long after the show ends.
So during Boardroom Battleground, how this competition works is we have a panel of expert elite judges that are judging the competitors, the contestants, the business owners on how they're showing up in weekly performances, in weekly coaching, in weekly challenges. Every week they're going to be assessed in our boardroom, and they're going to be given a point value for how they showed up in their business, how they monetized, are they being known, are they being liked, are they being trusted, in such a way that by the end at 12 weeks, there's only one winner. However, everybody goes to the very end because everybody is going to make sure their business grows. That's why we built it.
But before we meet the contestants, let's meet the experts who will push them to their limits.
First up, AP Anthony Perez, Systems Operations Pro, massive influencer. If your business runs like a mess, which most of yours do, he's going to break it down and rebuild it stronger than it ever was.
My name's Anthony Perez, founder of Success is a Language, author of Professional Durability Withstanding the Storm of Change, TED Talk, speaker on servant leadership. Again, my focus, I help professionals and business leaders connect with decision makers, build high-value relationships, connect to create strategic partnerships, and master the success of a language, teaching you how to understand the language of success and demonstrate it in your personal and professional life. I help professionals and business leaders connect with decision makers, build high-value relationships, and establish influence that drives relationship opportunities. I started my journey, my leadership journey, right when I got out of the Navy. Got into financial services, opened up my own office. I knew nothing about marketing. I knew nothing about relationships. I had two great mentors that helped me understand what it was not only to be a leader, but a great man, a great business person, a great husband, a great father. They were great examples, and they really showed me what success looked like. You got to build relationships, and you work through those centers of influence. Now, here's the thing. If you don't know how to show up, if you don't know how to position yourself so that center of influence gives you time, values you, wants to see you, wants to hear you, well, it's an uphill battle. Regardless of what you do for a living, how you make money, we're all in the people business. And there are two guarantees in the people business: reward and disappointment. And as a leader, as a business owner, and as the lead person, the visionary, it is our job to figure out how to maximize our reward and minimize our disappointment. As that comes through understanding how to increase your influence. I believe that emotional intelligence is the foundation of any leadership program and should be the foundation of your own personal program to help you win and show up the way you want to in your personal and professional life. So I'm just really thrilled to be a part of Total Disruption, working with all the contestants. You know, I firmly believe when you work with folks, when you coach with folks, you learn just as much as you teach, right? You learn from them as much as they learn from you. So I'm really excited about the opportunity to work with Mike and the other coaches and Jake and all the contestants. I look forward to working with you. You know what? Be a blessing today.
Then there's Chad Mitchell, the finance expert. If your numbers don't make sense, he'll find the holes, fix the leaks, and turn your business into a profit machine.
My name's Chad Mitchell. I am the funding strategist. And on the show, I have my Race to Revenue program. I help small business owners, entrepreneurs, and real estate investors make more money, become basically more valuable. And we do that by maximizing their individual resources, using the most leverage on whatever they have going for them at that moment in time. How can you make the most with the least and the shortest amount of time? Deals and opportunities come by fast. They need access to capital fast. They need loans. They need business funding. They need business credit. They need all kinds of other strategies, and get creative sometimes on the fly. We put everything on a spreadsheet, the Race to Revenue scorecard, and it tracks your actual profit margin, your cash-on-cash return, and most importantly, the number that we all care about the most, or we should, is our business valuation. You work so hard to create your business, and to not maximize all these little opportunities because you don't have the strategies, just to let all these opportunities just fall through your fingers. When we're doing these marketing efforts, even if we're a mom and pop operation, I always think, how can we scale this up to get everybody in town to hear about it at least? And it's all about just being smart with your money, you know? A lot of us have to grind out. We don't have access to a lot of capital when we start off. So you just always have to have ways to grow. I am thrilled to be on Total Disruption. I love everything about it, and I hope that everybody out there enjoys it as much as I'm enjoying being a part of putting it together.
For branding, there's nobody better. Jen Loving. If your business blends into the crowd and you feel invisible, she's going to make sure it stands out, connects with these customers, and becomes unforgettable.
And my name is Jen Loving, and I am so excited to be part of this TV show and to be able to be one of the coaches that is helping these contestants to really be able to thrive and grow their businesses. My area of specialty is being able to help the contestants with their speaking, their branding, their messaging, and really understanding the entrepreneurial blueprint to be able to have tremendous success. I have personally built 5 different businesses to 6 figures. Each of them got to 6 figures in less than 12 months. All of them have got to 7-figure revenue. And I think the reason I've had the kind of success I've had is 2 things. My dad, when I was 6 years old, he went from a blue-collar job to becoming an entrepreneur and started one zine company. And I learned a lot from him in terms of how to do business, and he did it really, really well. And then I also became an occupational therapist coming out of college. That was my degree. And I started my first business teaching people with disabilities how to drive. And so we would spend hundreds of hours doing activity analysis and really breaking down tasks into really bite-sized pieces. And so that training, along with my life experience with my dad, helped me to really be able to understand how to grow entrepreneurial businesses. What is their core genius? What were they really created to do at their core? And what is their genius? And let's get their branding, their marketing, their messaging, all aligned to that. I also love to teach them how to sequence all the steps to entrepreneurship. There's a lot to do. And so sometimes it can feel like, I don't know what the right sequence is, because they could be super, super, super good at their core business. But then when it comes to the entrepreneurial side of that, how do they sequence all those steps? That's the part that they're not yet maybe informed about. So I love to teach that piece. I also love to teach how to generate leads and make sales. I mean, you have a business, you have to be able to generate leads and make sales. It's one of the most important things. And one of the ways I love to teach you to do that is through speaking. And so I help all entrepreneurs and business owners really create what I call a signature talk. This is a talk that is strategically designed to be able to attract your ideal client, be able to highlight your expertise in a classy way, and get predictable, repeatable results. And it allows entrepreneurs to really feel in control of growing their business. And to be able to do all of that around your core genius and what you love is also really critical. So I love what I do, and I love helping entrepreneurs to discover and love what they do and do it in a way that they love it too. So that's me, Jen Loving. So great to be here. Excited to help everyone.
Marketing, that's Melissa Hughes. She'll show contestants how to grab attention, convert engagement into sales, and build a following that actually buys.
Hey there, my name is Melissa Hughes, and I am a speaker. I am a brand strategist. I'm a TikTok influencer, and I love helping people build brands that change lives. And I'm passionate about helping people be able to articulate the message that's inside their heart. I kind of got started in this whole space by accident. I felt like I should start posting video content online back in 2021. And that was when I was working a job that I didn't love, that I really wanted to find something that, lit me up. And one day I randomly pulled out my phone, decided that I was gonna post a video on TikTok, and I posted this video. And the next morning I woke up and that video had generated 22 million views, and I ended up on the Kelly Clarkson show. And I kind of felt like maybe that was confirmation that I should be in this space and do all of this. So I had no idea how to create content. I didn't know how to even, again, put text on a video. But I did have two things. I had a phone, and I had an hour on my lunch break while working a full-time job that I thought I could just take that hour, go in my car, and figure out this whole social media video content thing. So I've been in business now for just about over 3 years, and it's been such a journey. I have a social media and branding agency where we will create, edit, and post your content for you. We launch podcasts. We also help with your speaking and how you can craft a talk, how you can show up on stage, how you can get booked to be able to showcase your expertise and what your business is all about and the message and the mission that you're on. I'll be able to help you take that messy action, take the action that up levels you, that puts you into spaces that you feel like an imposter, but you're called to be in, areas and spaces that maybe you've been too afraid to launch out into, but you're called to be there. And I'm hopeful to be somebody that holds people's feet to the fire and takes the action that they need to be able to get the results that they want. So I will definitely be helping people identify their core values, leading with those, standing out, being unique. Another word I like to say is your weirdness, right? And if I can help you humanize your business, if I can help you humanize who you are and show up in a way that people get to know you, your business will do better, your brand will grow, and you will start to build something that is in so much alignment with you that you wake up in the morning excited to show up to work. So that's a little bit about me. I'm super excited to be on this journey with all of you, and I'm super grateful for the opportunity.
There's my friend and partner, Michael LaBercy. He makes sure contestants have got the mental toughness, the resilience to handle everything we throw at them.
And let's not forget Jay Clendenning. With his background in leadership, training, and strategy development, he'll challenge contestants to think, act, and execute like real business leaders.
Nah, that's enough. You know who we are, so let's get to the meat of it. 12 weeks, no fluff, zero safety nets, just real challenges in business every day.
Every week, contestants will face high-stakes business challenges that will force them to adapt, pivot, and prove they can handle real-world pressure.
Contestants are being judged by our panel of coaches on 4 key areas. Execution, can they apply what they've learned in real time? Their growth, are they making measurable progress every single week? How they're applying their strategy, are they making smart, calculated moves to improve their business? And their leadership skills, not only for themselves, but the people they work with. Can they adapt, inspire, and take control under pressure?
After 12 weeks, contestants deliver their final business blueprint, a complete transformation.
What we found out everybody needs is visibility. What we found out everybody wants is recognition in their business. They want the recognition that everything they're doing in the background, all the late nights, all the hard work, all the bootstrapping that these entrepreneurs is being noticed. And they're being rewarded for that. How do they get rewarded for it? Through customers, through sales, through growth, through scaling. That's what the entrepreneurial journey is about, and that's why we built this.
This is where entrepreneurs become leaders, disruptors, and business powerhouses.
And now that we know who the coaches are, who this board is, let's meet the competition.
So I've known from a very, very young age that I love music, and I want to be a musician, and I want to be able to make a living from music. I actually had an experience where my kindergarten teacher got very mad at me one day for taking charge of the classroom. And she pulled my parents aside and she said, "Your daughter may be the CEO of her own company one day, but she is not the CEO of this classroom." And it was probably from that day on that I knew I wanted to be a boss. So with this company, with Upbeat Performing Arts, I have the opportunity to do both. I get to do music every day. I get to be a boss, be a CEO, and provide opportunities for musicians.
No, she's probably not wanting to do this, but we hire somebody else. Why don't you turn that into a daycare when you're not using the studio? Her and I will talk about that, because either way, that's a fixed cost. So as a business owner, especially if you have a brick and mortar location and you're not actually using your facility that much, you got to find a way to just cut that dead money out. It doesn't matter if you use the space for 1 hour a day or all 24, it's the same cost. So I'd like to talk to her about that.
Mm-hmm. That's a brilliant plan. Love it.
So although I am young and I have a lot to learn, I have always been one to do things on my own and to do them right and do them well. So when I have people telling me to change the way that I'm doing things in ways that I don't agree with, I will listen, but you know, when I'm asked to sacrifice the quality of our services just to help us make more money quicker, I'm going to look the other way.
Welcome to the future I-68 training facility. Behind you, you have 160 acres that I-68 has purchased that we are going to develop into the premier training center in the state of Colorado and the surrounding areas. We're going to have 6 flat ranges, all AstroTurf, with one of those ranges being outdoor CQB or home defense range where you can live fire. We're going to have a 1,000-meter range for our long distance shooters and our hunters. We're also building a city out of shipping containers that we can use paintball and simunitions for DOD, for law enforcement, and then for home defense as well. Good morning, Melissa.
How are you?
Well, how are you, ma'am?
I'm doing good today.
I've been working hard on the power partners, getting other industries that serve the same clients as I do, but in different manners. And so I'm going to continue down that path. I think as we get ready for our season from winter to warmer weather, that will be huge beneficial as we jump in. My wife we have a bunch of canvas and stuff like that. So if I don't have anything specifically to post, I'll just throw one of those up there just to get something out.
So quick question, with your posts, have there been any that you've been like, oh, this one got a lot of engagement, or I'm surprised that this one didn't?
I got a lot of views and a lot of engagement from people that follow me in general. I usually get, you're gonna laugh, but like 10 to 20 likes or whatever engagements, but that's with the business page, so people aren't out there seeing it. I got a lot of follows
from that.
Yeah. Our following has gone up this year
So obviously you partnered with somebody that had a large following, made them a collaborator, and that worked for you.
Yes.
Is that repeatable? It would be so awesome if you could lead with a hook.
Okay, Melissa, you're absolutely wonderful. Really excited to hear and get all your help on that social media space. It's definitely not a strength of mine, but I definitely know it's necessary in whatever industry you're in. So I'm going to deep dive into those products you sent me tonight.
The product that you've got, like, walk us through kind of the origin story of what this is and where you are bringing this business up to speed where it is today, Corey.
This company of mine is called Loving Is, and we're about 6 months old, so we're a very new company. We've been pretty fortunate to receive funding through our first round, now closing a second round of funding. People really believe in what we're doing. As an AI company, we're teaching computers and algorithms what love is. We're some weeks in, and our technology is still in the hands of early adopters, and we're getting some good feedback. We still have some opportunity to raise additional friends and family capital, but we're also understanding that we really need to have a roadmap, understand what some of the next steps are, solidify some of the key partnerships at this stage, really understand what we're going to deploy the capital for. And so I think even more than anything, it's just a communications issue and potentially an alignment issue.
Yeah, so just keep your mindset focused at where you're at. Don't look left, don't look right. Enjoy the process, right? But keep evaluating it and making sure that you're filling up that pipeline, like I was saying, with positive, productive activity. It's muscle memory, right? You want to get in the habit now of knowing how to carve out time. Okay, I got to do my marketing. I got to do my activity. Whatever it works to, whether it's, hey, I got to get 5 meetings a week. I got to reach out to 5 people a day to introduce myself. Figure out what that is to feed your dream and figure out what that is, what that magic activity is, so you could start saying, boom, I did that.
I help investors just like you to find, figure, fund, fix, and flip a foreclosure deal. Have you ever wondered what it takes to get into real estate investing but didn't know where to find the right deals? With my foreclosure profit system, I can help you to do deals in the Colorado Springs market, and we are slowly expanding into markets all across the country like Phoenix, Arizona. The idea of this game is curb appeal, but you do want to provide a nice space for them. This has a great patio here, which we repainted to make it a little more soluble. That I got, all of them were funded, but 3 clients who've agreed to sign up in the last 72 hours. So, I mean,
Wow,
suddenly,
look at that. What was your shift?
I think maybe just the lead count is just kind of insufficient at this point that I'm having the higher level conversations.
I was a corporate CFO, grew up through the accounting ranks, but did public accounting industry, a lot of nonprofit work. I worked at the Olympic Committee for a lot of years. And through that, I enjoyed really helping businesses turn their businesses around. You put a lot of hours in and you don't always feel like you're making as big an impact as maybe you could for other people. So through that, I kind of came across a stem cell technology, which is a little sticker you put on your skin, and it reflects your body's light back into your body, and it generates stem cells.
I am Emily Capshaw, and I am so blessed that Jake has invited me to be part of this show.
And Emily's going to hit it very, very soon once she gets a marketing campaign, because she's already doing what she's doing. And I believe that when she does get her calendar booked more, what's going to happen there is she's going to get what's called economies of scale. And she'll probably be able to hire an assistant to do all the little things that she doesn't want to do.
So it's a little sticker that you put on your skin, and it reflects your own body's light to generate stem cells.
Next time on Total Disruption Boardroom Battleground, we're going deeper, beyond the competition, past the strategies, straight into the minds of our contestants and coaches.
Let's squeeze this project through the next hole.
The fears, the hopes, all those moments of doubt.
I told my husband that he wasn't going to see me again alive.
As they push through the process, their mindset and workflow will be tested like never before.
They come in looking for education, they're going to come out feeling upset.
Who's going to break? Who's going to break through? What a way to start this. Tonight we kicked off Total Disruption Boardroom Battleground. some big moves, some bold strategies, and some serious reality checks for all the contestants.
And this is just the beginning. Next time, they'll take everything they've learned and face challenges that will separate the contenders from the pretenders.
A huge thank you to all of our coaches, all of our contestants, and of course to you for joining us for the start of this game-changing journey.
The competition is real, the stakes are high, and the pressure's only going up from here.